That's right.
We'll start with the representatives of the Middle Belt community leaders. Representatives of the Middle Belt community leaders.
Please, if we do call on your group, kindly, as fast as you can, come up to the podium and in a matter of a minute or two, do share your endorsement. We're trying to manage the time in your interest too. Thank you very much, sir.
Hallelujah. All protocol observed. I stand on behalf of community leaders in Middle Belt of Nigeria. We, the people and community leaders of Middle Belt, Nigeria, participated in a conference this day and resolved to present the following predicaments that engulf our community within the period of this present government. We observe the following as our common problems in the Middle Belt. Insecurity. We are faced with the problem of insecurity during this administration, and it has drastically affected the growth and development of our communities. Yes, we all know the challenges we have all over the states that are Middle Belt. The problems of bandits, Boko Haram, herdsmen clash with farmers, kidnappers, and non-gunmen. Their activities has drastically reduced the growth and development of these communities. Unemployment. We, the people of Middle Belt and the community leaders, cried aloud that majority of our youths are unemployed, and this has seriously affected our communities. Over 70% of our graduates are still roaming the street without any gainful employment. Most of them have gone into drunkenness, drug addicts, prostitution, you can name them. Health facilities. Inadequate or lack of funding of health facilities has affected our development and growth as a community in the Middle Belt, especially antenatal and child delivery. In some common places, simple sicknesses that can be treated, there will be no any drug, there will be no any medication in all the primary health care facilities, and this has affected us seriously. Divide and rule syndrome. This government has devised a means of dividing community leaders in order to achieve their political ambition or interest or selfish policies. Political interference. We have observed with dismay that this government interferes in community matters, especially in selection of community leaders. Therefore, impose leaders and people that are not the choice of the people on the communities. This has also caused a lot of problem in the Middle Belt area. Ladies and gentlemen, because of these problems, we as community leaders in the Middle Belt have made a choice, and the choice of Obidati, that are coming as Messiah to take us out of these problems by the grace of God. We, the people of Middle Belt, has discovered that Obi is someone that gives listening ears to community leaders. We have also identified with his manifesto because he carried community leaders in all his programs and activities. Peter Obi is a wealth creator, and we believe that he shall transform Nigeria economically through inviting investors to build industries and technology in Nigeria. We also, as a community, believed and have trust in Peter Obi that his administrator will reduce costs of governance in this country, and we take him by his words. We also believe in Peter Obi that his administration shall not withhold any political rival because of his words. He always emphasized that you do not need to close the shop and follow a thief. Rather, you open the shop while you follow the thief. We have also have it on record that Peter Obi, as a former governor of Anambra State, was rated as the least indebted state in Nigeria by Debt Management Office. In his words, he left over 75 billion naira in Anambra State government account. This is a man we can trust. We have it also on record that during his tenure, Anambra State was rated with the best road networks in Nigeria. Over 800 kilometers was constructed and rated by Federal Ministry of Works and Housing. It's also on record that Peter Obi was the only governor that returned all public schools that were poorly funded to the original owners, that's the missionary, with over 600 million naira as grant aids. We have it on record that Peter Obi was the only governor that produced over 2,000 boreholes to all polling units and communities in his state, with 300 additional boreholes to secondary schools and primary schools in Anambra State. It is also on record that he was the only governor that achieved full accreditation to health sectors, medical institutions during his tenure. We stand with Peter Obi because he believed in justice and fairness. Ladies and gentlemen, by these achievements of Peter Obi, we as community leaders in Middle Belt, we have so agreed that Peter Obi movement shall form the government in Nigeria. And therefore, we stand by him. And this afternoon, we want to stamp, seal, and declare our unflinching support to him as the President of Nigeria come 2023. Therefore, we declare this in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. So help us God. Amen.
All right, so we'll go back into our endorsements. I want to encourage you again, please keep it as short as you can so that we can take all of them. Also remember, well, not remember because I haven't mentioned this, Mr. Peter Obi has sent a response to the endorsements. So after we take all the endorsements, we'll hear his response. Right now, I'd like to invite up the representatives of the students' groups. The representatives of the students' groups.
Good afternoon. All protocol observed. Great Nigeria student, great youth of the Middle Belt. I don't want to shout because I'm together with our elders. We're in the serious business. My name is Augustine Aladi. I'm presenting the Middle Belt youth and the student. I welcome everybody to this Middle Belt Safe Nigeria Conference. Our predicament as a student and the youth of Middle Belt, there is a lack of funding, monitoring, and supervision in our education system. The education system in the Middle Belt have suffered setback because in the recent ASU strike, what ASU are saying that they need infrastructures to the schools, some facilities e-libraries, and some good learning condition. But government are adamant of that. They don't care. They don't even show concern. Most of our schools have become a death trap for tourism, that we are not safe in the school anymore. That is why we need Peter Obi in this time. And why do we need it? Because he have set record. We have seen it when he's a governor of Anambra State. He will try to transform the education system. Anambra is 24 out of 36 in terms of performing in WAEC and NECO. But during this time, we see it, he has become the first in terms of WAEC and NECO in 3 consecutive times. That is why we, the youth, and the student of Middle Belt, we need it in this time. There is a lack of employment of able youth in the country, and especially in the Middle Belt. The trend of unemployment begin to increase, and the labor market has grown very wide. And in this place, the school are producing thousands of students every year, and the government refused to absorb them. This has placed students and youth uncertainty. And with this, the crime continue to develop, social vices, crime, harlotry, and in fact, they use this youth and the student to become their thugs because they don't have any work to do. That is why we call on Peter Obi in this time. He have done it before, and the record has been shown very clear that when he was the governor, he empowered the youth, not only empowered them, but he trained them. Not only trained them, he educated them. During his tenure, there is no any robbery attack in Anambra during his tenure. I think this is a time we, the youth, need him. And again, in terms of mentorship, there is no mentorship. We need a good leader that we can copy. We need a good leader that we can follow the good step. And it's important for us to know, all the governors leave their office with a huge of debt. But in the case of Peter Obi, his case is different. He lived of about 775 billion on the government coffers. That is the type of leader we, the youth of Middle Belt, and the student need. We need it in this period because in this economic downturn, in this economic holocaust, to rescue us as a youth and also the student of the Middle Belt. In conclusion, the youth are not absorbed in the system, and we are the leaders of tomorrow. But ladies and gentlemen, our tomorrow has never come. When are we going to absorb in the system? Since we're the pillar of any economy, but nothing has been going on. But we need him because he's a youth. He knows the cry of students and youth. He's an intellectual. He's not only a politician. He's a graduate also. And we know and we also believe he can do it better in this time. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take the representative of the trade groups.
Good afternoon, our elders, youth, women, and all in the Middle Belt. All protocol observed. I'm Mrs. Florence Dashe, standing in for the like minds of trade union within the Middle Belt. We the trade union, including all artisans, traders, NUT, and all other trade union within the Middle Belt. We have a common problem that has been engulfing our country, Nigeria, most especially within the Middle Belt. I appreciate when our representative was here, whom was representing the Obi, our reason why we are here, when she said, when she was coming, the road was bad. This is one of our major problems. Even when the goods are being produced from the farm or whatever it is, we know that the road network has always been a big challenge to us. Apart from that, even the materials, assuming we have, okay, now let us just take a look of where we are seated today. It's because of the artisans. Now the cost of production has become very difficult for us to meet up with. Transportation is a difficult task. Inflation, price on fuel scarcity, and instability of all the prices has also been another challenges on our side. Apart from that, let us take a good look at our industrialization within the country. Nigeria has not been producing anything. So what is the pride of us being traders within the country that we cannot produce, we can only consume, we can only import from the outside countries to come and trade with? What is our joy? But today, we are proud to stand on this platform today and then talk about our Obi, so that we will be able to now express obedience, show strength in what we are doing, because he has set a pace for us to follow. He has set a pace of being obedient. If we are obedient, we will be able to know how to say and do and sell good items and not fake drugs, not fake things, not artificial goods in the market. And as we do so, we believe that we will be useful Nigerians, as he has picked up a useful deputy. We thank God for everything. And one thing we want us to understand is that we are all seated here today, irrelevant of our religions, our ethnic groups, our tribes, our identity. We are all one. In the industry, you don't consider somebody because he is from this ethnicity or he is of this religion. No. But we put into consideration the meaning and the usefulness of us being human beings. I don't want to overflog the issue or bring in a lot of reputation about his ability to move Nigeria forward. So we pray that we will continue to be obedient Nigerians in this movement of our obedience and usefulness, so that we'll be able to stamp Peter Obi and Yusuf Dati as our leaders tomorrow, so that the threat in Nigeria will not only be within the state, local government, or villages, but we shall become a national traders in Nigeria and the nation worldwide. Thank you, and God bless you all.
We have, let's have the representative for the political action groups. The political action groups. And what I'll do so...
Thank you. That is because we are all obedience. Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Because of time, I would like to let you know that we, the Southern and Middle Belt Alliance, SaMBA/POSN, have endorsed His Excellency Peter Obi. And because of time again, a lot of people who have addressed us have touched most of the things we have written down. So I will go to why. Because in that why, we have not heard why. So we are going to start from why. So why we endorse Peter Obi? One is he has shown from his track record that he is competent and ready to work for Nigerian good. Two, he is a unified and as humble as they come. He is empathic, and that he is the foundation of good leadership. He understands the problem of Nigerian. His ability to delegate shows a confident man who is ready to lead the people. He has the character, credibility. He is a man who is not corrupt, prompt. He is a man who is ready to take Nigerian away from consumption to production, which in turn will rise our GDP and life standard of Nigerian. We, the people of the southern and middle belt region of Nigeria, wish to endorse His Excellency Peter Obi for presidency of Nigeria. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you. Thank you. That is because we are all obedience. Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Because of time, I would like to let you know that we, the Southern and Middle Belt Alliance, SaMBA/POSN, have endorsed His Excellency Peter Obi. And because of time again, a lot of people who have addressed us have touched most of the things we have written down. So I will go to why. Because in that why, we have not heard why. So we are going to start from why. So why we endorse Peter Obi, one, is he has shown from his track record that he is competent and ready to work for Nigerian good. Two, he is a unified and as humble as they come. He is empathic, and that he is the foundation of good leadership. He understands the problem of Nigerian. His ability to delegate shows a confident man who is ready to lead the people. He has the character, credibility. He is a man who is not corrupt, prompt. He is a man who is ready to take Nigerian away from consumption to production, which in turn will rise our GDP and life standard of Nigerian. We, the people of the southern and middle belt region of Nigeria, wish to endorse His Excellency Peter Obi for presidency of Nigeria. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, let's have the representative of the religious groups. Thank you, sir. I like these last two groups, very obedient.
Permit me to stand on the already established protocol. My name is Aminchi Adamu, standing on the shoulders of all religious leaders in the Middle Belt of Nigeria. I'm a Waja man from Gombe State, and the weather here is supposed to make me shiver very badly. However, I'm standing with the heat of pain boiling in my heart. Because we are afraid. We are afraid to go to our places of worship. We are afraid of being attacked. We are afraid that our places of worship will be destroyed. However, we find ourselves in an institution, in a country whose constitution offers freedom of belief, freedom of worship, and freedom of religion. However, we find ourselves being molested. We find ourselves being abused. And we find several leaders, instead of working to unite, they find ways and means to instigate divisions among religious lines. We stand to lament the fact that we lack leaders rather, with integrity and desire, the political will to ensure the unity of all people who believe in a God in this nation. We know that good leaders are supposed to protect the faith and work towards uniting of all religious institutions as backed up by the Constitution. However, we also lament the inequality and favoritism we experience while seeking to secure admissions, seeking to secure employment, and of course, while political appointments are being made. We as religious leaders have been called and commissioned by God to pray and to teach our leaders to be good followers of this nation. That is not all, though. We are also mandated by heaven to correct the wrongs going on in the nation. I therefore stand on the shoulders of all religious leaders, both Christians and Muslims in the Middle Belt, today to say enough is enough to anti-religious preaching and practices. We say no to religious inequalities. We say no to attack on worshippers and places of worship. We desire and look forward to a nation where Christians and Muslims will coexist as one. We look toward a time when Muslims and Christians will share same goals, same opportunities when seeking for admission, seeking for employment in any government institution. We look forward to a government who will perhaps put up ministry for religious affairs, a government who will encourage and ensure interreligious dialogue. We look forward to a government, first, with a desire, political will and capacity to deal with sincerely and decisively all religious issues in this country, who will make it a duty to protect the faith of all Christians and Muslims across the nation. We look forward to a government who will ensure worshippers and places of worship are sincerely protected. As Christians and Muslims, the holy books have pointed to us that God always uses people. He sends prophets to achieve or to bring about change that he desires. And in a time like this, we see God sending us a prophet, a man whose track record have shown that he's a man of integrity. If you doubt any fact about this prophet that God has given us, go and verify. Thank you. I will not want to bore you with all the details about this prophet, which we all know. He's no other person but His Excellency, Chief Peter Obi, and his running mate, Senator Yusuf Datti. It is with these views in mind that we stand as religious leaders in this country to endorse the candidacy of His Excellency, Chief Peter Obi, and his running mate, Senator Yusuf Datti. So if you are here today under the sound of my voice, or perhaps watching or listening via any electronic media, I want to challenge you. I want to give you an assignment, or perhaps a suggestion, as you may consider best. That is, if you, along with us, desire a rebirth of a new nation, on that fateful day, come February 2023, vote no other person but Peter Obi. Number 2, make it a point of duty to ensure all those you know vote no other person but Peter Obi. Thirdly, even those you don't know, even those you may consider as enemies, help them to endorse the candidacy of Peter Obi. Then by the grace of God, we shall meet in Eagle Square on the 29th of May, 2023, to swear in our president. Until then, remain obedient and totally useful.
There has ever been a time in Nigeria's history where we have had a presidential candidate that stands out from the others strictly based on competence. Has never happened. Never happened. So let's take the response to the endorsements.
I thank all of you sincerely for the sacrifice of gathering here for our dear country. And sincerely apologize for my not being physically present with you. I've listened to your deliberations. I've listened to your communique. I thank you most sincerely for your trust. And I assure you that together, working with you, we will build a better Nigeria for all of us. Next year's election, as always maintained, must not be based on tribe, religion, connection, or all those biases that we used in the past. Must not be on character, competence, capability, and commitment to start building a better Nigeria. I thank you most sincerely for your trust, and I assure you that together we'll build a better Nigeria.
Mr. Peter will be speaking from Germany, where he is at the moment.
That's right, and that was his response to the endorsements. So at this point, we'd like to quickly call on the last speaker before the very last, who is the chairman. We'd like to call on Mr. Devo Daliop Gamzo, President, National Association of Riom LGA Origin of Traditional Ruling Council, JOS, of Plateau. Okay, so it's not written here, but it's noted. So, sir, we would, a minute, 60 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, good day. Happy for the privilege and thank you for having me. Well, I hereby stood on behalf of I and my family and all my colleagues and my followers and those who have convinced now and way forward. I am family of Peter Obi. Why I supported Peter Obi here, the reality is one thing. This present government, the system is not working. Judiciary, 0. Security, 0. Academics, 0. Healthcare, 0. So where are we going? No water, no lights. So please, we should make sure we stand on behalf of Peter Obi. Even you people that are seated here, you haven't hurried to go back home because of what? Insecurity. Thank you.
Please, another round of applause for keeping it really short. It makes a lot of sense to stick to what we say, right? So, well, we're meeting the gentleman for the first time, but we respect him for keeping to the time. Okay, so at this point, would invite the chairman of today's occasion, in the person of Comrade Nladi Bako, the former Gombe State chapter. Okay, he wants to speak from, it's fine, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Everybody has spoken, but my leader, the man under which we convened this conference, we did not hear him talk, even greet us. May I request my leader, the president, Middle Belt Association, please, to come forward. Give him a round of applause, please. Dr. Poku, it is under the umbrella of Middle Belt we are here. There's no way you will come in here in this important hall and you refuse to talk and allow you to go out without anybody challenging you. Go up. Give him the microphone, please, before I say my last word.
In military parlance, they would say good morning this afternoon. The good thing about this group is they took over from us a liability which we couldn't carry. And I thank you for it. When my predecessor was the president of the forum, we changed the nomenclature from chairman to president. That was late Balatakaya. And it was that time when I was also the secretary intergovernmental and political affairs that we reached out to our southern brothers to say, if we unite, we can resolve the problems of Nigeria. And that was 2017. And when this group came up, they came, and that time I was the president, they came and said, one new group has been born called Middle Belt and Southern Alliance. Now, why are we having these groups? I said, the more the merrier. There are things we cannot do, which they will do for us. And for certain, you are doing a good job. Congratulations. So, without protocols, I started. So let me now go back to where I should have started. Now, many of us don't even understand the concept of the Middle Belt. I'm from Chibok in Borno State. Somebody will say, hey, what brings Chibok into this thing? Now, but if you look at what the Willings Commission was attempted to do between 1958 and 59, when the British realized that in the north, there are nationalities that are neither Hausa Fulani nor Kanuri. And when they came, they had to negotiate these nationalities into the Northern Protectorate. We are the ones that have become the Middle Belters. So anytime somebody asks you, who are Middle Belters? They are those independent nationalities of the Hausa Fulani and the Caliphate of Borno when the British came to Nigeria. Because the British came to my nationality in 1902 before they went to the Kanuris. So I'm a Middle Belter. So irrespective of whether you are Muslim, you are Christian, you are a traditional worshiper, you are from Kebbi, from Southern Kaduna, from Southern Borno, Gombe, etc., you were independent of the Caliphate and you are independent of the Sultanates of Borno, so you are a Middle Belter. Now, the journey to where we are now started through this alliance, which we cherish. We look in 2019, remember, just as El Buba said, we all supported PDP because it was the tenor of the North. And why PDP? Not because of Atiku, but because we thought the APC was not doing a good job at the national level. People were being killed, and in some cases we suspect even the security officer, machinery of the country was being used. For example, the killings in 2018 on the Plateau, where armored personnel carriers were used. We know the security apparatus was involved. But the thing is, if Buhari didn't do a good job, we need to solve the problem. Because he made statements in 2014 which lay credence to what we did. And some of such statements include that Jonathan was killing his brothers in the bushes. You can go and Google, you will find it. Now, if a northerner will make that kind of statement, the only thing to do to solve our problem is to take the presidency to the south, so that nobody will think that the people killing people in the bushes are his brothers. A criminal is a criminal whether he's from the north or he's from the south. So, in the Middle Belt, we didn't just support people coming from the south in this, the 2023 election because we love them. No, it is because we love ourselves. So if you are supporting Peter Obi, you are doing so because you love yourself. So, and the Middle Belt is central to his emergence. That's what some of us don't know. We told, when the Southerners said, yes, you said to the South, you didn't say to Southeast. I said, yes. We didn't say to Southeast. It is the business of Southerners to decide where it should go. So they said the right place it should go is Southeast. So we said we concur. So we told the Southeasterners that select the best you have. We will support him. They came back to us, they said, what we have realized in this, what would happen in the primaries is none of our candidates can win. So we told them to select the best and move him to another platform. We will support him. That's how Peter Obi emerged. So, we gave birth to what we are doing. The support to Peter Obi started from the Middle Belt. And we are supposed to be the champions of this thing. We have not come out as socio-cultural groups to declare, but the time is coming. Just as El Buba said that he's going to make his declaration at the stadium. A time will come when all of us will gather and make it clear to Nigerians that this is the man we are going to support. May God take us to that time. And I believe it is doable. Any skeptic out there who think it is not doable should jettison his belief and know that it is doable. We can do it. We have the numbers, and we thank God the electoral law now says will ensure that one vote, one person, and it will be counted. God bless Nigeria. We will rebirth a new Nigeria. May I again say thank you, Southern and Middle Belt Forum, for organizing this occasion. And we believe it will go down in history that, yes, such a thing which has never been done has been done today. And you will be remembered for it. Remain blessed.
Before I allow my leader to leave, I want to say he has concluded the meeting today. Clap for him, please. And that is the closing remark that I'm supposed to give you. I've given it. In addition, I want to take this singular opportunity to thank the Middle Belt Forum immensely for the support you gave us when we were attacked in Gombe State. More than 11 communities were attacked and people were killed. Mobile police were sent, soldiers were sent. They were there seeing a Fulani man killing an indigene. They couldn't do anything. Nobody gave us support except Middle Belt. On behalf of my community and many other communities around, we want to thank you, Middle Belt. Allah yarayaku. Allah yatemekeku. Allah yakara maka karfi. That is, to me, duk support in the kuka bayar mun samu. Kuma, our pride today, in terms of defending ourselves, is Middle Belt. So we thank you. I wish you well. In that, Allah kai mu gida lafiya.